Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel as we continue talking about 1980s horror films and the year 1980. And today it's a bit of a revisit because we're going to talk about a film that I reviewed here on the channel a couple of years back now. And it was one that, it came out in 1980. And I was like, you know what? This will be only the second time that I've seen this film. I want to go ahead and revisit it. And that is New Year's Evil. Now, this one's an interesting film because when I initially saw this film, I there was a few scenes that I laughed out loud with this one, and notably, it's the dancing scenes in this film. But we'll get to that in a second. Now, our film starts off with our radio disc jockey by the name of Blaze, and she is ringing in the new year throughout all the different time zones. Other people from the time zones are calling in, and you're ringing in the New Year. This like dance party that's going on. I think it's like at a Holiday Inn or something like that. They show this like it's a Holiday Inn. It has the sign up there and everything. But they're ringing in the New Year. But she gets this mysterious phone call from a gentleman who simply just goes by Evil. He's got a voice changer, and he's able to change his name, change his voice so you can't tell who he is. But we see his face, which makes for a very interesting start to the film. Within first 5 to 10 minutes, we already know what the killer looks like. What we don't know is who is he? Who is this guy? Because he seemingly knows Blaze, but who is this guy in relation to her? All we know is he plans on committing a murder at midnight for every different time zone. When midnight rings in for every time zone, and he has this old style tape recorder. He's going to record the voices of the victims, the sounds that they make as he's murdering them, and he's going to play them, call in and play them over the air, and she can, hear all of these murders happening. Now, when this party is going on, guys, this is when we get to the dance sequences in this film, because the crowd in this, and I said this in my initial review for this, it is laughably like bad. Like, I'm sorry, like the kills. I will say the kills in this film, if you take those scenes out of it, the kills are done pretty well. It's a pretty good slasher, but those dance scenes are they're rough. They are rough, but you can laugh at it. You really can, because the way this crowd, these people are like bumping into each other. One guy has his hands in the air like this, and they look like zombies. I mean, honestly, the way they are dancing, they look like zombies. If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about, guys. Is not, it's not well done as far as the dance scenes go. But the slasher element of this film is executed not bad. And our killer, he's probably the most interesting and character in this film. And he's probably acted the best out of everybody. Blaze is not bad. She does a pretty good job. But this guy who plays the killer, he comes through pretty good, because there's also some scenes in particular where he kind of gets himself into trouble with this like biker gang, and they're like hunting him down into, all the way to this like drive-in theater, which is interesting because now our killer, he's all, he's pretty charismatic, picking up the women that he's going to kill. But he gets him like, but when he finds himself with his back to the wall with this biker gang after him, that's a pretty good like change up with this film. But overall, I think this one's enjoyable with a nice little, a twist ending. Now, it's a twist, but you can kind of see where they're gonna go with it, as the film progresses. And I had fun with it. I did. I still laughed with the dance scenes. But with that aside, it's still a pretty solid slasher, and one that I think is worth checking out. I absolutely do. I'm glad that I had a chance to go ahead and revisit it. As I'm talking about these 1980s horror films and 1980, this one I saw was on the list. And I was like, you know what? It is time to revisit New Year's Evil, and I think it's good. Like I said, the kills are done well. The killer, he's he's a pretty, he's interesting to watch. He's a character. He is quite the character. That I will say. And again, I like the fact that we do see it's different because we do see who the killer is right off the bat. It's just a matter of filling in the blanks. Who is this guy, and why is he doing the things that he's doing? And I like the element of it being there's a being New Year's Eve and him, these different time zones. Even though he's in one area, he's working on the different time zones. So he might make a kill. Next time zone rolls around, he's making another kill and another kill, and I like that. I think that's interesting, and it's a way to work around like, well, how is the killer going to do different time zones and kill? How's he going to be in all these different places? And it's a good workaround how they do it in this film. So, guys, I think it's one worth checking out. So, good old New Year's Evil, guys. This one is put out by Kino Lorber, and who knows? Maybe we're gonna get a 4K for that in the future. Who knows? But you know what? The quality on the Blu-ray does look pretty darn good. So, guys, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care. Bye.